Okay, so bench work. This is part one. Now, I'm not including what I've already started to do in there. I'll come back and I'll look at that after. But we're gonna start out here. You can see I've already got a module set up. This one here is 2 feet wide and 8 feet long. I have to work around this window because this is one of those windows where if you need to get out in case of a fire, that will open. It is locked right now, but I need it accessible. So I'm gonna put a 2x4 on both sides of the window here. That way they'll act as supports for the bottom and the top level. And then it'll also allow me to put a little gate or door to so I can still have a backdrop. And I will be able to, at the same time, open that if I need to get out of here with my trains. So that clip that you just watched was from just before I did my Third Rail Thursday live this past Thursday. And it's a few days later, and you can see that I got more bench work up. That's 2 feet wide, and of course I've got that entire length there with a little short section here, and I've got a supporting leg that's going to come up, and there's going to be a module that goes right along there, but it's going to connect to that, so that's going to hold that up. I brought some more stuff over from the other house. I'm still doing that, and yeah, it's quite the process. So yeah, again, this is the last module here that I added. It's 8 feet long, 2 feet wide, and then I've got some back supports as well that will hold up that top level and some more backdrop. As I'm working down this way here, I'm getting closer to building my helix, which is technically all in this pile here, along with a lot of this masonite that I'll be using for backdrop. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to move all this. I'm probably going to end up building my helix now, and I'm going to stick it over here in this corner so that I know exactly where it's going to go and where I need to connect it from here, because it's going to go across and then the helix will be in this area here. So I'm going to have to move all this, organize a bit more, and we'll be right back. Okay, not too bad. Cleaned a lot of it up, although it's more or less just relocating it. Before I get to the wood here, had this cart, belonged to my wife, and she's like, well, I don't need it, you can use it. And because I don't have a storage room, I was able to put all my paints, my spray cans, my ballast, and then all my little paints and glues on this thing, and it rolls around. So it can travel with me around the layout, and I can, work right from that. So that's pretty cool. So for the helix, these are all the pieces here. I know it doesn't look like much, but you'll notice I numbered a lot of them. Like we've got A1, 2B, 1B, 2A. So I made sure to number everything prior to disassembly so that it'll go back together relatively easy. At least I will try. Those are the legs. There's a support in here somewhere. And then of course right here, we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those are all the posts that come up just like this around the inside to hold all of these bits here, all these curves up. So first and foremost, I'm going to see if I can put this thing together and get it shaped up and three-dimensional. It definitely looks a lot bigger when it's spread out like that. So you can see I've got 1A, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I just gotta put all of these together with some screws, and then that's the top of the actual helix, and this is the bottom. So I have to basically do this twice. Here we go. Okay, so just before I lock most of these screws in, because I've got a few holding it together, I wanted to make sure that everything is going to go back more or less exactly how it was when I took it apart. And so far, so good. Yeah, everything seems to fit. From what I remember here, it all looks good to me. So I'm gonna have to lift this up. By the way, none of this plywood is screwed down yet, but I'm gonna lift it up, get the rest of the screws in, and then I have to more or less copy the same thing, and then I'll be able to connect the two pieces with a bunch of legs, making it a bit more three-dimensional. Okay, so with the Helix base, you can see I've got both full-size top and bottom built, and I've structured them together with the legs. I've got the 2 at the bottom, 3 at the top. There's still another one that I have to do going up the back here, but it's you know, a 2x4, and so it goes full height. So I'm gonna put that on after, once I get this into place. But yeah, it's built. So I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna move this stuff out of here and kind of put it in the corner there. And then I've got some structural elements to it to make it a little bit stronger, and I'll get those on next. And just like that, we've got the Helix back in place. This is the base anyways of the Helix. That top plywood is not secured down yet. I'll have to make some adjustments, but overall it is sitting flat, which is great. That means all the legs match up, and it's level. So that means I'll be able to bridge that, connecting the bottom layout to the bottom of the Helix. And I can do some more backdrop and whatnot here, and basically get more layout done. Right, so Helix, it's getting there. I still have lots more to do with it, and of course connecting it to the rest of the layout. But that's it for this video. Come back because I do have to do some backdrops, and of course lay some track and run some trains. I also have my steel mill, and if you might have missed it, I'm going to try to incorporate my huge steel mill series kits into my layout. So that's gonna be fun. Gonna see if I can also fit my ethanol plant somewhere as well. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm Go Go Home. Come back next time, and we'll talk trains.